Good morning, it's Chris with Citygirlhomestead. So I figured since everybody liked the other dehydrating video that maybe we do a couple more. So I'm going to right now stick for two things, but if I still have enough tray space, then we'll do the third one. So I'm going to move you back just a little bit. The first thing I'm going to do is going to be for a sour treat. And you think sour? And that is kiwi. Kiwi actually is very kind of sour when you dehydrate it. So I'm going to put, I used my KitchenAid 13 cup thing, whatever, and I did on the next up from the smallest setting to be able to slice. And you're going to just put these on here, each and every one. This is the only bad thing about dehydrating. It takes a minute to do all those things. So, all right, let me finish putting these on there, and then I'll show you the next thing we're going to do. All right, so I got one whole tray of the kiwi. So now the next thing I want to make is, I had someone say, why don't you make more healthier things? We live within a budget, so I wanted to tell you that sometimes it's hard to do the real healthy stuff. So just wanted to let you guys know that. We do as what we can, but I will try to do more healthy. But Tom happens to be a potato chip lover, and he could go through a whole bag by himself. So now what I'm going to make is cucumber chips. And we're going to lay them all out just like you would for anything else. You want them to be separated, not laying on top of each other. And I did the same thing I did through my 12 cup, 13 cup thing that my sister got me. And you're just going to lay them out on the tray. I did 2 full cucumbers. You can do the English ones, and that way they're perfectly round and whatever, because I used regular sized ones. And you can use whatever cucumbers you want. Alright, let me get one tray, and then I'm going to show you what I'm going to do here. Now with cucumbers, you can do all kinds of flavors. They have where you can do sour cream and onion. You can do vinegar and salt. You can do all kinds of stuff. But what I thought, instead of doing all that for the first time out to see how Tom likes them, is I'm just going to salt them. So here they are on the tray. And I've got the pink Himalayan salt. And I'm just going to salt them. And I'm going to finish up the rest of those trays for that, and then I'll be right back. Alright, so the next thing we're going to do is we're going to make sweet potato chips. Now, the difference with this is I couldn't find any real skinny ones, so they're going to be all different odd shapes. Which, you know what, that's okay. You don't get perfect chips when you buy them in the store either. Now the difference with these is you need to put some olive oil on them. And what you want to do is massage that olive oil in there so that they all get covered in the olive oil. I don't know why they don't work as well if you don't. And if they don't, you can always use them for something else. You can grind them up and make them into something else. So I'm going to massage these in there well. Get that olive oil covering over it pretty well. And then, just like any of the other chips, you can cover it with anything. I even heard somebody talk about using pumpkin pie spice on it. I don't know if I'd want that in a chip. So that's, you know, my personal opinion. You're going to add a little bit of salt to that. Remember, this is going to be salt enough for all of them. And then mix that in there with it too. I end up getting 3 trays of the cucumbers and 1 of the kiwis, so that leaves me 5 trays yet. Alrighty. So, let me wipe my hands off here a little bit. Now, the dehydrator that I use comes with these little mesh nets, but I don't like the big mess that it leaves behind. So I buy these little silicone trays that you can put with them, and they fit perfectly. And I'll tell you, they got them for the rounds as well. You guys, I'm telling you, I wouldn't do it any other way, because sometimes stuff sticks and it makes a mess, and this way it washes off so easily. So I'm going to get these all put on trays, and I have them pretty thin because I want them to be a nice crispy, you know what I mean, because that's what he's used to. So I want to make it so that if he's going to have a nice healthier snack, that it'll have the crisp, because I think sometimes the crunch that we feel when we do chips is part of the reasons we're addicted to it. So I'm going to get these all put on trays and see how many trays we end up with, and I'll be back. Alright, so I got 5 trays. They weren't completely full, but I will still do them. And I'm going to put the lid back on here. I'm going to set it for 150 for 12 hours. So just push the start button. Then I wanted to talk to you guys about something real quick. The Excalibur is very expensive. The reason that I'm affiliate with them, because it is a good quality product. It is unfortunately not one that I could afford. So with Jack and a few other things, I bartered, I traded, and they bought it. I traded a new TV that I had, a few other things so that I could get it. My little tiny one came and I paid 30 bucks for it. Any of the big tools that I've used, like my big mixer, my sister went in half with me on it. My 13 quart she gave me for my yearly present, because she doesn't do Christmas, so she does a once a year present. I don't invest in big gadgets like that. That's why I don't have a bunch of them. I do understand what it's like to not be able to afford those tools. And I've done a lot of hand chopping throughout my, cooking, and I'm right there with you. I save up money every year, every month, that pays for my kids' Christmas. I save up money every month that I put towards doing any hauls, which you'll see I did my my annual January haul through Sam's Club. I'm just waiting for everything to come in. I live on a budget too, and sometimes with the economy the way it is, it's a very, very tight budget. And so I do understand. I completely understand. You don't have to have an Excalibur to be able to dehydrate. If you live in a hot enough climate, you can actually dehydrate outside. You can also dehydrate in your oven. If you go on to Marketplace, a lot of times, like we found a small dehydrator for Crystal, you've seen her in my videos, we got it for $5. We just had to drive to East Lansing to go get it. So there are tools out there that we can do that makes it very, very affordable. And I'm not against using anything used, as long as I, clean it up really good or whatever. So the point I want to make is that whether you have the fanciest of tools or the littlest of tools, there's nothing that can stop us from being able to preserve our foods and to be able to enjoy what we do get. You know what I mean? And I love the Excalibur. I do. I love it, love it, love it. It's got 9 trays. It's quiet, light. My round one's a little bit noisier, but that's okay. I will still use her. But no matter what your budget is, don't let something like an expensive piece of equipment stop you from doing it. Because like I say, if you live in a warm enough climate, you can dehydrate outside. Use your oven. I don't know if you can use a toaster oven. I've never owned a toaster oven, so I couldn't tell you for sure. But keep preserving, keep making the things that you want to, and do like I have to do. And if you want something really expensive, even if it's $10 a month, whatever it happens to be that you can afford, and you'll get there. I promise you'll get there, and you'll get the things that you want. So we don't need fancy, but we can do whatever we do. I love you guys, and I want you to do the best for your family. And if you can afford the expensive tools, good for you. I'm very happy for that, because I will never ever shame anyone for being able to afford something. But then I will never ever shame a person that can't afford it either, because, you know, I started out my life living in a car, you know, when I got out on my own. So believe me, I understand the low of the lows, and I've never done the high of the highs, but I've gotten somewhere in the middle. And we're not there now, we're below that. But, you know, you guys are amazing, and never let anything stop you from obtaining your dream and doing what you want to do. And just like with you guys every day with my channel, you're allowing a dream of mine to come true. And, you know, if all of you can reach out to me, you know, if you need help to do something, you know, ask and we'll do it. You know, we'll try to help you. We don't have money or anything, but, you know, figure out how to do it. There's always got to be another way. So I'll be back when these are done. Like I say, I got them set for 12 hours, and I'll give them a check. I want to clear up my counter space, because I'm going to do a step-by-step video on how to can beans, because I have a girl that's petrified of using the pressure canner. And I can tell you, I sat in this very kitchen. My sister came over here to teach me how to do it. She's over at Nessa's Nook. And it got time to put the jiggler on it. And I was like, she goes, put it on. And I'm like, you do it. And she's like, I can't come over here every time you want to do that. And I thought about it in my head for a minute. And I'm like, she's right. You hate to admit when your little sister's right, right? So I put it on. And do you know, you guys, ever since that day, I've been addicted to pressure canning. It's opens up a whole new world from what, you know, water bathing does, and it's amazing. And so I understand her intimidation and her fear, because actually this very kitchen, this house was inherited from my mom, and that's not up there anymore because we've remodeled this house. But she used to do the pressure cookers, and one day it exploded. It was all over the ceiling, and my dad had never, he'd scraped it off there, but he had never finished off the ceiling. So for years, and when my sister came over to do that, I had looked up and I thought, I'm not doing this. But it'll be fine. So hopefully I can teach some things so that you guys can preserve food and enjoy your food, and never let your food go to waste, no matter what it is. So I'll be back in 12 hours and show you what we got. You guys are the best. Alright, so we're back with the cucumbers. I wanted to show you what they look like here. You want to try one, Jack? Mmm.
Oh, they're good.
Those are really good. Did you open up that quart bag? We're going to put them right inside this bag. Whoops, I still got some. I left some on the plate here, Jack. Here we go. These actually ended up taking about 8 hours.
Close it up?
Yep, close it up. Take all the air out. And then we need the little sandwich bag. And we got, look how nice and thin these are. Want to try a kiwi, Jack?
Wow.
They say they're supposed to be tart, but I think they're pretty sweet. What do you think?
Yeah?
Just to get all the pickles gone?
Not yet. I'm surprised.
Pretty close.
Yeah.
You guys, if you haven't done kiwi before, you gotta try this. Really, really good, isn't it?
Yep.
That is really good. Now our last one was the sweet potatoes. Ready to try one of those too, Jack?
Yeah.
Mmm.
Crunchy.
Those are really, really good.
Yep.
I would do that again. What do you think?
Yeah.
I think I'd do all three again. There we go. And it didn't take long. And honestly, really good crunchy snack. And they taste really good.
Yeah, it does.
So definitely a must try on all three of them. Thanks for watching. Have a blessed day.
Bye.